Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Melissa here, and in today's reading, we're going to be looking into upcoming blessings that are coming your way. Getting right into our disclaimers, this is a general reading, so that means that some of the messages within your selected pile could potentially feel like they resonate really specifically to you and your situation, while other times the messages may not. So as a best practice, if anything in any of these general pick a card readings on YouTube are ever feeling confusing or they just really don't feel like they fit for your situation, don't try to force it to fit and don't spin yourself in circles trying to figure it out. Those are typically signs that the message is just not for you, and it may be meant for someone else out there in the collective that also chose your pile. So don't let it get you upset. Don't let yourself dwell on it too much. It's totally normal for these general readings on YouTube to kind of resonate a lot sometimes, or to sometimes not resonate for you at all. If you guys did want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you can book one with me will be linked in the description box down below. All right. So let's go ahead and choose your reading. We have a choice between 3 different groups of cards for you to pick from today. If you guys are drawn to pile number 1, we'll be working with this rose quartz crystal. If you're drawn to pile number 2, we'll be working with this little pyrite sphere. And if you're drawn to pile number 3, we'll be working with some malachite. So I want you guys to take a deep breath. Think about what upcoming blessings are coming to you. Go ahead and select the crystal or the pile of cards that you're feeling the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, you can scroll down to the description box below to locate the timestamp that will take you to your selected reading. See you there. Hey group 1, if you guys selected this rose quartz crystal, this will be your message. So in today's reading, we're looking into blessings that are coming your way in the near future here. We're going to start with some pre-shuffled oracle cards, and then we're going to get into tarot, and we'll also be using the Astro Dice for today's reading. So let's go ahead and see group 1, what's ahead for you. So starting us off, we have the gift, we have occupation, we have the house. Ooh, and then we have protecting treasure. Love that. Okay. So I'm kind of feeling like for you guys with this protecting treasure, the first thing that I'm noticing is the rain that's here. It's making me feel like maybe some of you guys have just recently, coming into this reading, maybe you've kind of gone through some sort of difficulty in your life, or some sort of situation where you've been feeling down and out, or some sort of a purge maybe in your life of some sort, because sometimes the rain can talk about purification and purging. Regardless of the situation that's specific to you, it's there's definitely something here that's speaking to challenge. I feel challenge and needing to kind of figure out how to protect ourselves or strengthen ourselves through this challenge. What I actually see coming through for you guys in terms of blessings, which is really positive, is you guys are going to be getting some sort of much needed support during this time with the gift. This could be monetary support, resources, maybe a literal present of some sort, but there's something that you guys are getting that's probably exactly what you need right now. And I think it's actually something that's going to surprise you a little bit. I don't think that you guys are necessarily expecting this or seeing this coming. Now, for some of you guys, I'm kind of inclined to say that if you're watching this near a holiday where gift giving is kind of a staple, or your birthday, or just if you're watching this and something is coming up in a holiday season, right? The gift could be something you're getting because of that holiday. But I feel for a lot of you guys, this is more a surprise gift that you're not expecting. And I feel this is actually tied to some sort of work that you guys do with occupation. Now, this card, this actually talks more about doing the type of work that you love. So whatever this support is, it's directly connected to your hobby, your interests, the work that you do day to day, that's work that you actually enjoy doing versus the work you have to do that you hate, right? So this is not coming from you having to, for instance, if some of you guys have a hobby that earns you money versus a regular 9 to 5 job that earns you money and you love the hobby more, this would be coming from the hobby versus like the 9 to 5 thing that you have to do. Does that make sense? So something is coming through in terms of a gift or reward through doing the work that you love doing, following whatever your passion is and investing that time into your passion. This also, I feel, is just kind of the start of something very stable for a lot of you guys. The house specifically talks of a timeline of 6 months. So there could be 6 months connected to receiving this gift. Maybe that's the timeline that Spirit is focusing on for you. It could be talking about how things will be feeling a lot more secure and stable within the next 6 months or so. But this may be talking about you guys having the ability to like work and do this job from home. It could be talking about something specifically that's helping you with your living situation as well to feel more stable and more secure. Could also be talking about real estate. Some of those things could be connected here. But the thing is that's really beautiful is that you're protected during this time, is what Protecting Treasure is talking about. You know, I do feel like this group, like you guys have been through some challenge, like I was saying in the beginning, but I feel like this is the start of things starting to turn around. And this is telling me that you guys actually have a lot of abundance around you. You have a lot of treasure. You have resources that you need to be able to sustain and support yourself. I just kind of feel like during this time, you're focusing more on like strengthening those assets, building kind of like a stronger foundation for those assets, and being a little bit more cautious and careful about like who's getting access to your resources and who is not, right? It's like protecting your energy a little bit, maybe not being so free flowing with dedicating your time, your energy, your resources to other people. You guys can also be saving money for something too with that Protecting Treasure. Like saving money is something that I feel is significant. And this gift, whatever you're getting, could be helping you to kind of like build up that nest egg that you're going for here. All right, so let's continue group 1. Moving into the tarot. What blessings are coming through for group 1? Please, Spirit, what else do they need to know? We have the 7 of Cups. Okay. What else? And the 2 of Pentacles. Yeah, I do think that there's been an energy of you guys like, I almost feel like some of you guys are going to be getting this gift, this support from multiple resources or multiple people, because the 7 of Cups kind of talks about like scattered, right? Like that scattered energy or having a lot of options or a lot of choices. So there's definitely like this vibe of you getting support from multiple sources or something along those lines. But I also kind of feel like there's something here, I feel like with you guys, something with the timing of something. You see how he's holding like this little hourglass here? This says contemplation makes the truth known in legal proceedings. There could be something about legalities that's tied to this as well. Again, for some of you, this could be like real estate. It could also be small business like or business related, something where legal stuff is involved here. Maybe there's been confusion around some of it, and now you're kind of getting the clarity that you need for some of you guys. We also have 2 of Pentacles. Fortune and fame fulfills any request. So there's something definitely connected to your abundance with this as well, which it definitely feels like there's a financial thread through this, but also a thread of you guys getting to live a life that you desire, or like work in the type of role or the line of work that feels the most passionate to you. And definitely with the 7 of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles, I'm getting this energy of multiples, more than one thing that you guys are juggling, right? Like the 2 of Pentacles is literally like juggling. It's about balancing resources, balancing our assets. It can be about, you know, transferring funds from one place to another. So some of you guys could be dealing with that as well. You know, like transferring money from one place to another place. you know, to protect the treasure, to build up that nest egg, right? So let's see. What else for group number 1? And then we're going to get into the Astro Dice. Oh, wait, no, we're not yet. We have another deck. And then the Astro Dice. What's happening for group 1, please, Spirit? What are these? What is this blessing for group 1? We have the midheaven. So this is like the thing that you're known for. Okay. This is like the thing that you're known for. This is definitely something to do with like maybe something that you guys are doing publicly for like work or your hobby where you're receiving blessings. And it feels like you guys are receiving blessings from a lot of people. Like maybe you guys have a lot of eyes on you when you do this, a lot of clients, a lot of contracts that you work on, something along those lines. This has to do with what you're supposed to be doing, like what you're known for in your public image. We also have Venus here. So again, it's connected to your money and your sense of self-worth. Okay. Let's pull a couple of these and then we'll get into the Astro Dice to close us out. Blessings coming in, please, Spirit, for group number 1. What else do they need to know? Looks really positive, group 1. It just kind of seems like, to summarize, it seems like the blessing is really about you guys getting some sort of unexpected support that you're really needing right now to maybe get you through like a storm that you're weathering. And it's through something you love doing, something you're really passionate about doing. It's also connected to what you're known for or supposed to be known for maybe in this lifetime. And it seems like this is kind of just like the start of you guys kind of building up some treasure, right? For the future, for long-term stability here with that house coming through. Okay, let's see. Some of you guys, it's like you're getting money and saving money because you're trying to buy a house, I feel. And you're getting exactly what you need coming up here in the near future. We do have difficult times, yeah. Be on your guard against chaos as unforeseen perils or emotional upheaval are foretold. So like negative, right? But that's kind of what I was getting with the rain. It's like I kind of see this as you guys like preparing for a rainy day or trying to make sure that you're stable to mitigate through difficult times, right? Okay, one of them flipped over. We also have reflection. Friendships in your life may come to an end. Others could blossom and become stronger. That's interesting. So it could also be too, there's something about the connections in your life that's significant during this time. It could be, you know, a lot of times when people start, you know, doing work that they love or kind of being a little bit more protective over their time, their energy, their resources, you kind of start to see who's really meant to be with you and who's not. Like who's really aligned with you and who's not, right? So maybe some of you guys are kind of coming into this reading. Look, the 10th house, public image, as I'm shuffling or rolling these dice. But maybe you guys are kind of like going to start to experience some shifts or changes in your relationships due to this blessing that's coming through for you, this shift and change that you're moving through here. All right, so let's close it out, group 1. Yeah, 5th house. So we have creativity here with Mars. So yeah, you guys are like, this blessing is about you guys putting energy, putting your passion, pouring your energy into this 5th house, which is all about your creativity, your hobbies, your fun, that occupation card, right? And then we have Cancer coming up here, which is very interesting because Cancer can speak of like home and family themes, right? So this could be something, maybe what you guys do for a hobby has to do with those kind of Cancerian themes of like home and family and comforts and things like that. But yeah, it just kind of feels like you guys are getting some sort of support as a blessing that's helping you kind of navigate through a confusing time or maybe a difficult time. But it's all coming from you guys like pouring your passion into doing what you love. You're getting like some unexpected support here. And I do think with Cancer and this house that's here, a lot of this is actually leading to having just like a better quality of life, a more stable life, feeling like you're better cared for in your life. Like you're taking better care of yourself. You're taking maybe better care of like your loved ones if you have like children, things like that. It's just, I feel it's more of a blessing of a boost of your quality of life if that makes sense. So really exciting, group one. This is what I see for you. So comment below, let me know like what's been going on in your life, how this message may resonate with you and your situation. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated when I post the next video, and I'll see you there. Bye. Hey group two, if you guys were drawn to the little pyrite sphere, this is going to be your message. So today we're looking into blessings that are headed your way in the near future. So let's go ahead and see. We're going to start with some pre-shuffled oracle cards, then we'll jump into tarot, shuffled on camera, and we'll close out with some Astro Dice. So pile two. Starting you off, we have the Lover's card for blessings. We have the Privileged Lady. We have the Message. And we have Into the Unknown in reverse. Okay, really interesting. So what do we have, group two? So initial messages. The Lovers is talking about like being in love, right? So this could be talking about something to do with your romantic relationship for some of you for group two, something to do with your romantic relationship or a romantic relationship that's coming toward you. But this card can also talk about things like love and trust, and it can talk about like business partnerships as well. So just keep that in mind. We're going to see as we get more cards, but it may vary depending on your situation here. Again, this is a general reading. But it seems like it's connected to some sort of news or message that you're receiving from like a privileged lady of significance here. So this is going to be someone who is affluent, somebody who lives like a really nice kind of luxurious lifestyle, something like that. It may not necessarily specifically be a lady, like it could just be a privileged person. It doesn't necessarily have to specifically be this gender, right? But someone coming into your life that you guys are either like romantically connected with or connected to on a business level, where there's like this energy of like trust or loyalty that's significant between you. But this is definitely someone who lives an affluent lifestyle, and there's some sort of news coming in with this message, some sort of news that you're receiving that has to do with this. Now, with Into the Unknown in reverse, this is telling me that this situation might be something completely new and different for you, something that you've never experienced before. And it's going to be really important that even though I feel like this might be very shiny or seem like really like exciting at first, or like alluring maybe is the word, you are being guided by spirit just to make sure that you're being discerning. So like using your discernment is really important. Being cautious, really looking at the facts, just like don't blindly trust things, I guess is what Spirit is saying. So doesn't mean anything is bad necessarily. It just means that we're in uncharted waters here. We're in unfamiliar territory here. Okay. All right. Group two. So what's next for group two? All right. So group two, let's continue here. And let's see from the tarot. What else do you guys need to know about these upcoming blessings? Okay. Two of Swords. And we have the Sun. Beautiful. Okay. So yeah, I feel like there could be some sort of like decision that is involved, because the Lovers can talk about decisions and the Two of Swords can also talk about needing to make a decision as well. Something that maybe you've been kind of ignoring or subtly kind of avoiding for a little while. Like that it's there, that there's something that you need to do to kind of react to whatever this news or this information is that you're receiving. But maybe you've been kind of like waiting till you get to a more like neutral space, or just kind of holding off. The other thing that I see here, so we've got breaking the circle, lifts opposing barriers, and brings victory here. So I think again, the Two of Swords is just kind of speaking to holding off on acting like rash or making a decision until you've had the opportunity with the Sun to kind of see very clearly what's going on with things. Because the Sun, it's all about clarity. It illuminates what's in the dark, right? It shines a light onto things that we need to be aware of. But I do feel with the sun coming up here that this blessing is something that's meant to bring like vitality and happiness into your life, good times specifically. For some of you guys, I'm wondering if this message that you're receiving is like specifically related to like your quality of life, or maybe elevating yourself from like a class status maybe, or something like that, or getting to do something that's a little bit like different. It's like outside of your typical realm that you would like typically engage in too. I do sort of feel a group too, like this energy of hesitation here with this for some reason. And I think part of it is coming from this energy of this being different or new, something you haven't experienced before. So let's continue. Group 2. What else do we need to know about this upcoming blessing? Please, Spirit. We have dignified strength. So this is something that's going to actually be putting you guys in a really strong position, right? Because this is like talking about having the advantage with the situation, maybe being able to make a decision because of the fact that you guys have a certain status or have a certain type of privilege, right? Like, so you're in sort of a power position, right? And so you're going to have the opportunity here to really put yourself in an advantageous place. Okay, let's continue. I want to see what else we get for group 2. Yeah, definitely looks like some sort of news, some sort of positive news, some sort of clarity that's coming in that's putting you in a really good position, either from like a status perspective or just like a connection that you guys have that's putting you in a really good position to achieve a goal or something that you're wanting to go after. Okay, let's see. What else for group 2, please, Spirit? We have personal riches. Small successes are likely now and bigger ones are on the way. Finances could improve dramatically, but avoid get-rich-quick schemes. That's part of what I feel is like, I do think for some of you guys with this into the unknown in reverse, I do feel like there's something about this that might be making you feel like it's too good to be true. And so you are like in more of a cautious mindset about it, or kind of like trying to stay very neutral about it, or kind of stay out of it at first, because you want to make sure that you're not making a mistake or getting into something that's like a scam, you know? But this is definitely something that's like connected to like wealth or abundance or making money, it seems. Okay, we have a couple more that we'll take here since they flew out of the deck. A few more. So we have achievement. Enjoy the limelight, you've earned it. Although on the family front, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Someone's health, whatever. We don't do health readings on this channel. We have love life. Affairs of the heart could cause future problems, but take heart, as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision this week. Okay? So yeah, there does seem to be something connected to your love life with the Lovers, and then that card confirming it. We also have nature. Interact with nature in the outdoors, around animals, farmlands, or by the ocean. This will be good for the soul and healing for you. So going outside, you have a lot of nature depicted here as well. So that just could be some additional advice and guidance from Spirit here. But definitely seems like there's an opportunity coming through, a blessing coming through group 2 for you guys to be able to put yourself in a really positive position. But maybe it's like something about it is going to rock the boat with your romantic partner, or with a partner, or just someone you love in your life. And that's where some of the hesitancy may be coming from. So let's close it out with some Astro Dice group 2. Oh, wow. Okay. So we've got Jupiter in the 9th house in the sign of Aries. Wow. So this is definitely, I feel, with Aries, something that's for you, right? It's something that you are really passionate about. It's something that is more about you as a person, like as an individual, versus like someone else. And I think that could be where some of the hesitation is coming from. Jupiter is bringing expansion. So something in your life is getting bigger, specifically related to these ninth house themes. So the ninth house can talk about themes of higher education. So like think of college or just higher learning. It can talk about themes of like religion, philosophy, spirituality, could be related to those themes. It also can talk about travel, specifically very long distance travel, right? So think like overseas, or like definitely further than just like traveling around your neighborhood or your state even. So there's something about this that I feel with Aries is like very exciting. Like it's something that you guys are going to feel really passionate about, but it's very much about you with Aries. Aries is a very self-focused energy, which is not a bad thing necessarily, right? It also talks about leadership too. So maybe some of you guys are moving into more of like a lead or leadership type of position in your life with regard to these themes. You know, like getting promoted to manager at work or being in charge of something. That could be what's going on here too, but it's big with Jupiter. It's definitely big. And Jupiter is positive, right? It's blessings, but it's also like, because it makes things bigger, it magnifies, you know, both the good and the bad. So there's like nuance to it, you know, and that's what I kind of see in your reading group too. Like it's positive stuff, but there's also like some other considerations I feel that are holding you back from just like completely diving right into it, right? So looks pretty interesting. Pile 2, comment below. Let me know like what's been happening with you in your life and how you feel like this reading may connect to that. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated whenever I post the next reading, and I'll see you then. Bye. Hey group 3, and welcome to your reading. So today we're looking into upcoming blessings that are headed your way within the near future. We're going to start with some pre-shuffled oracle cards, and then we'll shuffle some tarot cards and other decks on camera, closing out with some Astro Dice. So let's go ahead and see, group 3, what's headed your way. What blessings are coming through for you guys? So we start off here with the message of journey. We have change. So I'm already seeing a little bit of a theme here with your cards. We have sudden wealth. Oh my God. Okay. And then we have rock bottom in reverse. Wow. Okay. So group 3, what is happening for you? What are these blessings? So I kind of feel like things have the potential to really turn around in a positive way for you guys. But it's going to come from you guys literally making some changes and maybe even like physically relocating or moving or traveling to a new place. These 2 cards specifically, we've got the journey and then we have change, which both of these kind of depict like either arriving somewhere new or departing for somewhere new, right? So you guys could literally be moving, or maybe you've recently relocated, and something about this is sort of changing up the circumstances in your life, allowing for things to kind of feel better. I feel like a lot of you guys have maybe come into this reading maybe in a rock bottom place. Maybe you've been in a rut. Maybe you've been feeling stuck, or maybe it's like some sort of a pattern, right? Some sort of a pattern has gotten you into a bad place where you feel like, okay, now the only place that I can go is up, right? That's the beauty of rock bottom. It's like when we do something or we end up somewhere that we don't want to be and we're kind of stuck at rock bottom, the only place we can go now is back up, right? So I feel like that's kind of the energy of this reading. And through this change and you guys making these changes, I see like abundance and prosperity kind of just like falling into your lap, right? Because we don't typically get this card a lot in readings because, I don't know, like this card for me, it really talks about like luck, right? There's an element of luck with it, right? With the slot machines, you know, like gambling, taking a risk, like something about what you guys have done here with the changes you're making or the move that you're considering. It is sort of like taking a risk, but I feel like it's going to ultimately end up with you guys being able to pull yourselves out of the rut, but then also, enjoy more financial prosperity here, because that's exactly what that card talks about, the sudden wealth. Now, this card, it does kind of talk about things kind of just falling into your lap in a way. Like sudden wealth is about like money that we don't have to work for, right? So this can be like an inheritance. It could be like winning the lottery. Like, it's literally just money that you didn't do any work for necessarily, but it just kind of comes to you from another source. And it's sudden, it's random. Maybe for some of you, this has to do with gambling as well. Taking some sort of a risk there with literally gambling. So let's see. What else, Spirit? What else is coming up for group 3? Tell us a little bit more about this energy. These blessings coming through for them. We have the Page of Wands. And we have the Ten of Wands. Okay. We do have Ten of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, which definitely talks about like wealth, like generational wealth, long-term rewards, right? That come from, you know, long-term planning. So the Page of Wands is definitely telling me that like this blessing that's coming through for you, it's something fun. It's something exciting. It's something that is re-energizing you. And it's coming from you just like taking a small step forward onto the path, right? Just making a small change, or just kind of putting, like remembering to put like one foot in front of the other and just start. It's like you're just starting, you know? And then we have the Ten of Wands. This says, God humiliating the proud, spiritual communication influences religious men, teachers, and men of law. Maybe there's something connected to some of those themes here. But I'm kind of like being drawn to this God humiliating the proud. Then we have the preventing God here. Propagation of light confounds the wicked and slanders, saves from enemies. You guys are definitely protected with whatever it is that you're doing. I can definitely see that with these tarot cards. But I feel like there is some sort of like warning, not a warning, but some sort of a message here with this Ten of Wands about like, there's going to be, I think, a lot of responsibility that comes with this energy of sudden wealth, like whatever it is, because the Ten of Wands, it is about hard work. It's about burdens. It's almost like more money, more problems. So something about this is probably going to have some form of workload attached to it, or some form of heavy lifting attached to it. So it's coming to you and it's helping to lift you out of rock bottom, but it's also a burden at the same time, if that makes sense. And I feel like this message is just talking about like being very careful about being prideful with the situation. I feel like for some of you, this could be attached to family stuff with the Ten of Pentacles, because the Ten of Pentacles talks about generational wealth. Like for some of you guys, this could also signify like an inheritance of sorts, where you're getting money passed down after the loss of a loved one, maybe. And so with that is going to come yeah. Does that make sense? Like with that, it's like, yeah, so you get the money, but it's also sad that your loved one is gone. And also like it may come with some burdens for you, paperwork or like things of that nature that you have to deal with. Okay. Let's continue. What else, Spirit? What else, Spirit? Tell us more, please, about this blessing coming through for group 3. We have the Ascendant. So this may be like a new thing. Again, I'm getting that again with the Page of Wands. Like there's something about you guys entering into a new experience here, which is being echoed. So there's change in your life, something that's requiring you to travel or take a trip. it may not even be, for some of you, it may not even be that you're going, like moving somewhere. It could be that you're like going somewhere for a little while and then coming back. But it's bringing with you like massive change and prosperity that you were not expecting. But yeah, there's definitely something with the ascendant here about this being kind of like a new experience. Like you're just kind of entering in to this, which is kind of what I was getting here with this Page of Wands. I think also with the ascendant, it's going to be important to think about like, or maybe you guys are thinking about with this, like how are you perceived and how are you perceiving others with this situation, which goes back to this like proud message of pridefulness, right? We don't want to be too prideful. We want to make sure that we're staying very grounded. And I think too, with this Malachite that you guys chose, this is directly associated with the heart chakra, right? So there might be something about like, if this does have to do with family, there could be something about forgiveness and, you know, compassion and understanding with this matter. That's significant or important here. Okay. Let's continue group 3. What else? It's always so interesting, like when I do these readings about blessings, because I want everything to be super like uplifting and positive, but there's almost always some sort of nuance to it, right? Let's see. Group 3. Tell us more, Spirit, please, about what this blessing is for group 3. What else do they need to know about this situation? Okay, so we've got nature. Interact with nature in the outdoors and animals. Farmlands are by the ocean. This will be good for the soul and healing for you. So like I definitely feel like there's some sort of sense of loss with this. I mean, it makes sense with the change. Change always requires leaving something behind. But again, I keep getting this message of like, it's very important for you guys to stay grounded in this situation. We also have personal riches. Small successes are likely now and bigger ones are on the way. Finances could improve dramatically, but avoid get rich quick schemes. So yeah, this is definitely connected to finances for sure. We also have property here at the bottom of the deck. A property purchase or sale for many, but heed security concerns in any transaction. So this could be connected to the sale of a property as well for some of you guys. And again, there's like with the 10 of Wands, there's something, you know, that is heavy with this, or potentially could be heavy if you're not paying attention or being mindful of that or planning for that. So very interesting, group 3. We're going to go ahead and close out with some dice. So what else, please, Spirit, does group 3 need to know about these blessings coming to them? All right. So we have Saturn in the 5th. And I believe this is Aries as well. So Saturn, there's like that heaviness that like, okay, for some of you guys, I feel like there could be, when I think of like rock bottom, I also think of like with the sudden wealth and the gambling messages we were getting, and now we're getting the 5th house here. I almost wonder for some of you guys if this has to do with like taking risks or gambling for money. And maybe you guys have like done this in the past and it's landed you into a place that you don't want to be, right? Saturn is like the strict energy. It's like the strict energy of like, yeah, you can have fun, but you need to be mindful. You need to do it the right way. You need to tie up loose ends. You need to be responsible, right? So there's some sort of energy of responsibility that's connected to this energy that we're tapping into here, which I'm definitely seeing with the 10 of Wands. Now, the 5th house can talk about children. I remember we were getting some family messages here with the 10 of Pentacles. So it talks about children. The 5th house can also talk about like our hobbies, our interests, the creative things, the creative endeavors that we pursue. Can talk about gambling as well, creativity, things like that. So there's some sort of like restriction with that, or some sort of strictness, or some sort of like With Aries, it's like a taming of impulses that's here. Because Aries can be very impulsive. Aries can be that energy of wanting to just do what they want to do on a whim and just go. They're very passionate with the Page of Wands, but there's definitely like a temperament, like a tempering of that here with this energy. You guys may find yourself stepping into a leadership position as well with Aries as you're navigating this situation. But yeah, what's coming toward you, group 3? I know that we were kind of all over the place with this, but it feels like some sort of a change in your life that's kind of comes after some sort of a move or travel that you decide to do. But you're getting some sort of financial reward from it that's pulling you out of like a tough situation. But there is sort of like this energy of needing to be mindful of the responsibility that comes along with that. And Saturn is saying that there will be responsibility that comes along with it. So just something to consider, be mindful of. So comment below, group 3. Tell me what's been happening in your life so far and how you feel like this message resonates with you. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be updated once I post the next reading. I'll see you there. Bye.